All right, ladies and gents. So, I'm going to give you about another minute or two to finish up sharing out, and then we're going to have some people go up to the boards and share out some of their answers. All right, so we can have, again, a better visual to see how we break these down. All right, so you got about a minute to just double check your answers, and then we'll call you guys up to the board. We'll do 2 questions in the back and then 2 questions up here in the front, so we're not overcrowded. All right, questions, comments, concerns? No? All right, let's go. You got a minute.
Amongst yourselves, check your work.
Sure, I'll check your work. All right. So, happy tax, good. All right. Now again, I know it was a little tough because it was a little tight. So, we multiply, right? 6 times $3.50. 21's up there, right? Now, what you needed to do was 21 over 100. Yeah. How much is it? Much less. No, where's that decimal? 21 cents. All right, so you would, again, so what I would do here, this is fine. The way you have this work, we didn't run out of space. All right, but here you got to put 21. All right, and then what we have to do with this final price is we got to do something with this price. We got to do something with this price. No, you go back to your notes from yesterday. Back to your notes from yesterday. Yeah. Add them up, right? So this is like, add them up, so you get 350 plus 21 cents. Right? So when you put that into the calculator, again, think about money. What's your final price? There you go. Okay? There you go, Nicholas. That first one's good. Let me get my answer to you. Nicholas, good job, bub. Crushed it. Good job, right here. Yeah, don't leave me hanging. Nick, I'm going to have you do one of the questions, okay? All right. All right, Nick. You got to look at, yeah, one thing that when you do it in this form, the price overall, you paid $3.50, right? I go to this place over by my house, I get an empanada, right? I get 2 empanadas, $3.50. Would I leave a tip $58.30? That would be crazy. That person would be very happy, all right? But remember, when we set up our formula, 100, this is good, and then hard, the whole price is 350. All right, so that's where it kind of gets a little better. All right, ladies and gents, let's get some friends up here to. You want to do 4? Yes, Nick, go up to Nick. Go in the back and do 4. What would you like to have?
I'm trying. No. I just meant just to show.
Oh, okay.
Nicholas, you do number 4?
Nick, you can go in the back and do 4.
Sandy, can you do number 1?
Yeah.
Pacheco, do number 3?
Oh.
He's got 4.
All
5.
right, friends.
Who's doing number 2?
We got 1 up here. Sandy, you doing 1? Alex, you doing 2?
Do 3 over there. And then the 3 back here. 4, 5. Who's doing 6? Here, Jackie, go for it. So, ladies and gents, how do we feel about this?
Very good. Better. And some of you are going to get a little gift today. I don't like to use the C word in this class, but you're getting a cheat sheet. You're getting a cheat sheet.
Lucas, the hood, yes.
No.
Why did you make your thing Maybe. If the quiz isn't tomorrow, it's Monday, so. Here you go, Jesus. You had it right. Double 07. I 407, 307. Haha, play on words. Can I have your attention for a second, please? Ladies? Yesterday, Mr. Oswald reviewed rounding to the nearest 10th place. The second decimal, Jamie, the second decimal place value. The second place value after the decimal. Because remember, when you are dividing, you have a decimal that is continuously running. But we're dealing with money. How many place values are after the decimal? Huh? 2, yes. You have the 10th place and the 100th place. So, because in this homework assignment we're dealing with money, you need to round to the nearest 10th place. While they're finishing up, let's go to Alex on number 3. Are you done, Danny? Okay. Alex, your question for number 3. Eyes and ears up front on Mr. Pacheco. The price was $52.99, but then you're getting charged a sales tax at a rate of 5.5%. Mr. Pacheco, can you please explain to your class how you set up this problem? Loud and proud. Then what did you do after you set up your proportion, which was done very nicely? You got 100x. So 291 and, that's how you read the decimal, you say and, 445 thousandths. I just want to highlight something here. Did Alex round at this point? No. He left it it was with the longer decimal. After you divide, what do we call this type of dividing? We went from multiplying to dividing. What is this called? Who can tell me the term? Inverse operation. When he divided by 100 on both sides to get the variable alone, then he rounded to the nearest hundredth spot. And it should have gotten $2.91. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Good, very good job. While they're finishing up, who did number 4? Mr. Carranza, go in the back, talk to the class. You can just do this yourself. What? The hood. The hood. Brush your hair in the morning if you want to wear. You don't want to wear your hood. Okay, for number 4, the bill was $45, and for questions 4 through 6, you only pay attention, please. You had to find the tip. You have a tip, Nicholas. You're teaching the class. You're not fooling around. Thank you. You had a bill of $45, and you're leaving a tip of 20%. What did you do? Please explain it to the class.
I did 20% over 100, and then put X over 45.
A little louder, please.
X over 45.
Okay, why is the 45 in the denominator?
You're in the right spot.
Why'd you put it as the denominator? What does the 45 represent?
Here, you can't see it. Use my paper. What does the 45 represent? Does it represent only a part of our total bill? Or does it represent? It's not a part of it. What would be the opposite of a part?
Is it a portion of the bill or is it the total bill? The total, which is also we call the whole.
Very good.
Very good. Then what did you do after you set up your proportion? Purely, this is a warning, your second warning. The third time I speak to you, I'm going to ask you to leave.
Keep going, Nick.
And
45 So what did that 9 represent if we're focusing again with a bill and we're focusing with money? So that would represent the tax and your total would be $9 what? $9. So what do you do with that extra $9 that you find?
Oh, you mean the tip, buddy.
Is that the tip? I think
Yes.
it's tip or tax. Yeah, that one was a tip. Either way, keep going.
You have this extra $9. What are you doing then? Because I see you did it. I see it. What did you do? What did you add the $9 to?
Because you got the right answer. What'd you add that $9 to? Which was?
Which was?
Perfect.
$45 was your bill, right? Took your girlfriend on a date. You guys both got a meal. The waiter gave you the bill, $45. The waitress was great. You tipped her 20%. You take that $9, you add it to the total cost of the bill, which means Nicholas is paying $54 for dinner. Very good.
Good job, Nick.
Who did number Jigme? He signed his name.
All right.
Mr. Jigme.
So Jigme, explain, brother.
I did 15% over 100%, like 15 plus 10, and then X over 80, so it's
Good.
Good.
I cross multiplied
Yep,
with
yep.
X and 80 times 15, about 12,000.
Very good.
For those of you, because I was walking around the room, you did a great job finding the tip. However, you have to add the tip to the bill. Who did number 6? Miss Ortega, please go in the back, talk to the class.
Jason's fault. So I set it up my formula and then I multiplied it. Since I did 100 times
Chef Skips, it's beautiful.
Awesome. All right, so again, it's very important when you go in, if you're looking to spend a certain amount of money, all right, especially if you go to a restaurant or something, you always have to understand that there's going to be a little extra if you look at the menu and you're like, oh, I'll get the steak for $15 and I'll get, the chicken parm for another $15. If you only have $30 to spend, that's $30 right there. All right, and you know that the bill's going to be a little bit more. So this is why we're doing it, friends, right? It's going to end up using in real life. All right, Sid, you got number 1 over here on the board? All right.
Nice and loud, please, loud and proud.
Yep. questions like these, okay? Now, you're going to be broken up into groups, and some of us are going to be doing stations, some of us are going to be in the hallways doing work, all right? But the questions that you're going to face are going to be longer word problems where you have to differentiate which information is useful to me, which information is kind of considered fluff, okay? So we're going to do one together, all right, where it's a little, there's like an extra step, all right? Because again, you're going to be thrown into social situations where you get a little bit older, you get a job, you have a little money, now you want to go out with your friends to a dinner, all right? You don't want to be the one at dinner not knowing how to tip properly or not knowing how to break up the bill properly, all right? So these are, again, either dinner or you're going out to a store and buying things and you're facing a sale, or they're, now with shoes, all right, you have these sneakerheads. They go out, buy a pair of Jordans, and then they sell it online at a markup.
Yeah, are they selling it for retail price, what you could get them in the store? No, they're selling them for higher. That's called a markup.
All right, so again, when you see these viral videos of, you know, an influencer going up to a sneakerhead and saying, "Oh, I'll buy your entire collection for $105,000." They don't just pull that number out of anywhere. All right, they're doing these percentage markups, so they're not, you know, losing out on money, but they're also giving that person that they're buying it from a good deal. All right, so if you're in that type of market where you like to collect shoes, this is going to be very important for you so you don't get ripped off. All right, so let's take a look at this question.
We're gonna model it the way that we did it in the beginning of the year with you, because when you get to your independent work, we're gonna follow the same format. So we're going to read the problem out loud, and you're gonna take a moment and just think about what information is the problem giving me? What is it asking me to find? Okay?
And then we will, again, let you go off. You'll all get your little cheat sheet, all right, and then we'll break you guys up individually. All right, so you go out to a fancy dinner with 4 of your friends, and at the end of the meal, the waitress brings you your check. You decide to include an additional tip of 22%. Figure out the following amount owed on the check. All right, so the check that you were given, you are going to get checks where they will give you a suggested gratuity. All right, I boxed out the prices that they give you because it will defeat the purpose of this part. All right, ladies and gents, what is the total amount of the bill with
Take
everything
a moment.
included?
Take a moment. We just read the problem. What is the problem asking us? What is the problem giving? What information is the problem giving us? Let's go from there. Like the first line gives me a piece of information that's very important. Mia? Is it just 4 friends? I would read it from the beginning. Yeah, it's 5 because it's you and 4 friends. So it's a total of 5 people. Very good. What else is this word problem giving us? Kaden? What about the tip? Because I see a percentage there. No? Jigme? You're going, but there's, notice that the word problem that Mr. Oswald has on the board for you, in front of 22%, it's bolded and underlined. What does it mean, additional tip? Because when you are given a word problem, sometimes you're also given a diagram or a photograph. I see a photograph here. Is that giving me also more information? Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. Take a minute. Look at the bill. We know we're giving a tip, but Jimmy said additional. Take a minute in your groups. Talk amongst yourselves. What does the bill tell you? There's a lot of information on that receipt. Sometimes they charge you already. Some places already tell you what the tip is.
Really fancy restaurants,
extra part, but look at the receipt.
So, you might have gone
Look at the
out
receipt.
and
What do you notice
with
about
you
the
and your
bill?
friends, you might have ordered $81.12 worth.
What was your
But then
total amount?
the restaurant puts an added gratuity, which is
What do you
going
notice about the
to be,
receipt? The receipt gives you a lot of information. I
So
don't
our
get
total
notifications, I don't get
is
those.
our $97.34. Like,
What do you notice about the receipt? What information is the receipt giving you, Jaden? What information is the receipt giving you, Jaden?
how about you guys over there? What's that receipt tell us?
What information does the receipt tell you? Which is what?
Well, so you have the amount which
So
is
your bill is what?
$81.12. How do you get to that $97.34 what they add to it?
That's your bill.
It was attached, but they also, some restaurants will add just a standard tip, put like a baseline tip in there. It's, yeah, it's like a forced tip. So some restaurants will do that. Well, they'll say, because maybe some people aren't going to tip, and they don't want their
What does the
waiters to
word
not get that
gratuity
tip,
mean?
so they'll force it. And then if you feel like you did a
What
really
does
good
the
job,
word
they'll add
gratuity
on
mean, Danny?
So
Tip.
that total,
Gratuity is another word for tip.
34 cents. So that's what you're gonna end up paying, as of right now. So we gotta add extra on top of the extra.
Mr. Oswald,
This
you
is
know,
why it's
when
expensive.
I'm looking at the receipt,
Alright, we'll look.
when I'm looking at the receipt on the board, Mr. Oswald,
Yes.
I noticed something. Do you notice what I notice about the receipt?
I notice a grim reality, friends. When you go out to restaurants, depending on how nice it is, what's also included,
Someone mentioned it to me too, Mr. Oswald. Can
Jaden?
someone tell him?
say it nice and loud. They include a forced tip. Alright, so that restaurant is saying, we don't know what type of person you are, we don't know if you're gonna tip our waiter or waitress, we're going to include a standard tip. So we don't know what that tip percentage is, we could find out, but we know that the total amount of the bill right now, before our additional 22% is how much, friends?
What
What's
was
our-
97?
So, and I'll set it up in two ways in case people would like to use either the equation or the proportion.
So like Mr. Oswald said, this restaurant, you had a total amount, your bill was $81.12. They are including the tip, or as it's written here, gratuity, which also means tip. They're including it for you with a total of $97.34. But my friend, Mr. Jigme here, noticed that the word problem said what? What are you and the four of your friends doing to this waitress? They're giving an additional tip. They love the service so much, they want to give the waitress or the waiter an extra amount.
So let's set it up. I'm going to do the proportion first, then I'll set up my equation first. All of us set up proportions when we did the homework, so proportions we might be a little more comfortable with. How am I going to set up my percentage side? Jaden. Beautiful. 22 over. Jigme, what's going to be on the other side of that equal sign? If you agree with Jigme, give him a nice golf clap. That's a perfect golf clap. Perfect golf clap. Well done, well done. All right, so if I have this set up correctly, how will I set up my equation side? Sandy?
What did Mr. Oswald do when you told him 22%?
I heard you say 0.22%.
Very good.
And then that whole becomes
$97.
very good.
Beautiful.
Ladies and gents, you're going to get 1 minute. Take out your calculators. You should be following along with us. All right, do your equations quick. See if
Give
you
me a
match
thumbs
up
up
our
when you're
answers.
done. Give me a thumbs up when you get the answer.
Lucas, I'm coming.
30.
What's up, Rohan?
You too. We're not doing
All right,
things there.
so you got grand total now, how
Layla,
much does
can
each
you
person?
change that 35 to 34?
No, that's gonna be your tip.
You know
How
what,
many
leave it.
people went today? No, it's you and 4 friends,
What?
so you take that one.
Second period, you're getting it now? Oh, why are you?
Oh, 34, I don't know why I put 35, sorry friends. Sorry for the confusion, it's 34, I don't know why I put 35.
So, when you guys, who did the proportion method? Alright, Keaton, what'd you get? Jaden, what did you get? When you cross multiplied, 100x equals what?
And then when you multiply 22 times $97.34. Look. Up. You're having discrepancies. Jaden, what you got? 2,140. And what do I do here, Lucas? What do I do at this point? Very good. And when I divide 100 on each side, and now I need to divide 2,141.48 divided by 100 gives me what? Fernando? $21.41.
Now what does Mr. Oswald need to do with that extra $21.41? Jaden, nice and loud? What was the cost of the bill?
97 total and 34 cents.
Alright, so I'm bringing this up here so you can follow the arrow. So now I have $97.34. And I need to add the additional
No, it's
22% tip, which is $21.41. Ladies and gents, what do I get as my total when I add? Celeste? $118.75.
Who did the equation method?
Sandy, talk to me about my equation method. And what did you get? 21.41. And then with this number, what? Very good, the total $97.34 plus our $21.41.
Gives a total of,
Alright,
good
so
job, guys.
now,
Are we done?
what's our final thing that we need to do?
Why not? Why are we not done? Someone said nope. Lorik, what's the last part of this problem?
No,
No,
not
we're not
around the
rounding.
total. Dylan,
No.
Not
Who said the- we did A.
it's C. You might not be able to see it. What does C say?
And what did Mia tell us right at the very beginning when we were thinking about the problem? How many people are out to dinner, Mia? 5. So what do we need to do? If we're splitting the bill equally, what mathematical operation do we need to do?
I heard it.
Arabella? Division. And luckily for you guys, you have your calculator.
So what number is we gonna go, Fernando?
$23.75.
What can you tell me? How'd you get to that?
I divided the answer.
Which is, what is the answer? $118.75. Your total amount of the bill. You're gonna divide it by 5, the number of people at this fancy dinner. How much is each person paying? $23.75.
Alright, so again, I know this was a lot to take in, but when you go into your work period right now, all right, you are going to get, everyone's going to get a cheat sheet, all right? On your cheat sheet, you have both proportions. I'll hand them out now. All right, you have both formulas on there. You have some rules to follow. You have some vocabulary words that can help you out. Please, please, please do not lose this. This is, instead of walking around with your notebook, looking at your notes, all right, you can carry this around, all right, and
Keep it in your notebook when you have a chance.
all right. So, I'm gonna break you up into groups. All right. So, outside group, you're gonna be working in the hallways. All right.
Take a notebook to lean on and a pencil.
Dylan, Arabella, Jackie, Mohammed, Sandy, Kaylee, and then Lucas. I want you two out here.
Take your things.
I have the.
I would take your backpacks, please, because we're going to be moving around. Again, Dylan, Arabella, Jackie, Kaylee, Mohammed, Sandy, take your backpacks. You guys are going to work in the hallway.
All right. My friends who are going to be working in here, if you notice, there were blue papers around. All right. You're going to be doing some station work. We're going to introduce you to that momentarily. Yeah, yeah. All right, my friends outside, I'll explain to you what we're doing. All right.
At this table, Pacheco, So, Caden, at the table in the back, Fernando, Danny, Kevin, and Julie. No, I did not. At Jaden's table, gentlemen, we're done. At this table over here, Jigme, Celeste, Mia, Brandon, and Layla. At the table in the back, Jaden, Lorik, and Yorley.
Oh, why would Lord?
This is not, I didn't ask you for your input. You're sitting in the group that you were told to sit in.
Come on,
You
guys,
do
let's
not
go.
question it. At the table up here, Daniel, Michael, Alanis, and Nicholas. Close your books. The only thing you need out with you is a pencil, your calculator, and your cheat sheet. If you want your notebook to lean on, that's fine. Chantel, you're inside without Pacheco. In the back, that U-shaped table. In the back, the U-shaped table with your.
Make sure your long legs don't slip. Everyone has a calculator out here? All right, make sure you show your work, but again, use your calculator. All right, ladies and gents, everyone should have their cheat sheet out,
I'm sorry.
all right, because you are going to end up moving around the classroom,
There you go.
all right? Around the room, and if you look at the board,
Here.
you're going to be doing stations activities. We want you guys to work together. Ms. Brusha and myself are the last line of defense when it comes to questions. Okay, we want you to work with one another, all right? Sharing the information that you might have on a cheat sheet that you weren't aware of, anything like that. The answer sheets that you are getting are broken up into different steps, okay? So when you walk around, each group's going to go to a different station. All right? Every group's not going to be at station 1 because then it will get too crowded. The questions yourself? and then Sandy, you write on these two. Alright, so you have your answer sheet that is broken up into different steps. I would like for you to show all the work in a neat, organized fashion, because when we get a little sloppy with our work, that's where we end up making silly mistakes, okay? So you're not going to get comfortable in your seats. You are going to be walking
Keep
around.
gratitude to yourself, please.
Laura,
You
just-
don't roll your eyes. I'm asking you to roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna sit with. Yeah, but we'll follow.
Yeah. Alright, so, ladies and gents, around the room and on your sheet, you are given 5 questions. Alright, there is a bonus question located behind Lorik back here. I would rather you get to that last one, obviously last, because that's one of the harder questions. Alright? You're going to be broken up. You're going to have about 5 minutes, because we do have a little bit of time to work against. Alright? You're going to get 5 minutes. You're going to work with each other. You're all going to write down an answer, because you're going to hand in your own specific answer sheet. Alright? Keywords are bolded, prices are bolded, but there is no difference than what we kind of just went over. You're going to find that either the tax or the tip or both, it's broken down for you. Okay? We will walk around, check on you, make sure everything's good. Alright? But again, you're using each other for help. Sure.
Up to you.
I mean, spread them out a little bit more.
Okay, you guys will start with station 1. 2,
Right up there.
3, 4,
I'm going to work specifically for you guys.
and 5. So my group will do 2.
Yes.
Come up to your paper with your group. Guys, you are station 5. Your station 5 paper is back there.
And again, you're encouraged to talk. Let's go.
Read the problem together. Think about, what is it asking you to find? What information is it giving you?
Okay?
Yeah.
Eraser?
Keep your hiding out.
All right, friends, let's take a look at it.
You went out to dinner with your friends.
Let me give you a whiteboard, Jaden.
It is mandatory to pay 12% tip of the.
Jaden, you're going to use this. Actually, never mind. You're going to use this. All right, so.
Looking at your cheat sheets, I don't know why,
Yeah,
I don't know why I see cheat sheets on the tables.
You have them, friend.
You should be taking them with you.
That's why I gave them.
That's the whole point.
All right, so station 5. Station 5. What's your first step? All right, so Mrs. Jones attended a Southern Living Home Park. She purchased the days, which cost
Yeah.
$34.99.
Well, if you haven't done already,
The
you go to your
shipping
seat.
charge was $3.
Guys, if you haven't done, you got the information and you need to do the work at your desk, go for it.
Alright, so what we're gonna do for station 5 from the group, alright, and if you look, it says step 1. And what does it say down below? Yep, so we're gonna add, we're gonna write down on your step 5, station 5, step 1.
What is
That,
the
then we're on 5.
total or part?
Back here. Alright, so step 1, just like Laura said, you're gonna add your $34.99 plus your shipping.
Guys,
Alright,
focus
and your shipping was
on
how
the
much short?
problem. We're not comparing height.
$3 and what, bub?
Focus. Sure.
No, it should be. If you're adding
Make
$3,
sure you're putting the answer in the right
$34,
station
and this is like
section.
4.5
Nicholas is in station 2.
$34.99 plus $3. What do we got?
What was step 1?
$37.99.
How much does the waiter receive?
Okay, so when you you're gonna add 34, and you need a pen that works.
You look at your sheet. It's broken up into steps.
Oh,
So
thank
if
you,
there's
Lord.
different questions,
All right,
different
so here.
steps.
Friends, you got
No,
another
but
2 minutes.
We're moving as a group. You're not
So
going
we
to the
get
next stage.
$34.99 like this. $3.
Have a calculator.
Lord, what did we get when we read those? $37.29. So now for step 2, alright, so now for step 2, we want to use the proportion, or we want to use the equation. The equation, purely, I saw you circle this one. So fractions and stuff. Alright, so we can do both, look, I'll show you guys how we can do both. Alright, so we have, what would be our percentage if we're doing our, what's our sales tax?
Do you agree with Evan for his decision? Why?
Yeah, so what's our percent that's see on my question? 8.25, so I put 8.25 over 100.
Is he tipping
And
you?
then,
What's the problem, say?
Jaden, what goes on my other side? What? X
What does the
over,
bolded phrase say?
no?
Mark the price.
Remember, our total was $37.99.
What is a markup?
So I take that $37.99,
He's
right?
buying.
See how I have it set up, and I want you guys to solve it.
He's buying.
And then you will have your total.
He's not making
Friends,
money back.
1 more minute.
He's marking it up. Do you agree
Yep.
with this markup?
On the bridge.
Why not? It's not $32.
Group 1, Station 1, are you guys done?
Plus.
Station 2, are you guys done? All right, finish up, you got
One
another
more
minute.
minute.
Uno momento. Good. Wait. So that's what we got when you multiplied? So we got what, 3,133.42. Now, I also got to do something with this number. What do I need to do with this number? I got to divide. And when I divide, Girlie, where'd you go, girl? Come here.
No.
What do I get when I
look at the
divide?
question.
313.42
How do we
divided
do
by
that?
100. What do I get,
How
Girlie?
much? What do you get? What? Is that what we got? Good job. All right, you should be finishing up. Are we good to go? Yeah. All right, so if you were in 2, go to 3. If you were in 3, go to 4. Get the deal? Avanza. Let's go.
So the sales tax is $3.13.
Sorry, guys.
13. Now I add
You don't have to take your books. Just take something to focus on.
$37.99 plus $3.13 gives me a total of
Pacheco, let them complete
and 12. Alright, so you guys done? Alright, Brandon, you gonna get up? Brandon, you gotta move your feet.
Nicholas.
Alright, where do we go? Alright, you guys go over 1. Jaden, go over by your desk, that's where you guys going next, station 1. Alright, Gurley and Ward, same thing goes with you guys. Alright, I'll meet you over there in a minute. You guys okay with that? Alright, if you want to lean on the desk, you can lean on the desk too.
Hey. How many things just started this Yeah, so let's write it. First we need to add.
Alright. Same thing, it's like you've done before. So catering lunch at a restaurant costs $23 without tax. Alright, so we have our $23. Alright, come here, girl. Alright, she leaves a tip of 21%. So we said, what's the total cost of lunch including tip?
Okay,
Alright,
that's
so,
it. We're not done.
alright, so we can do it one of 2 ways. Okay, we can do it either, I'll use the whiteboard. So there's one of 2 ways that we can do it.
Hey,
Right, you could do X over 100, or sorry, percent over 100.
Eso,
You don't have to add zeros. Alright, so you're like,
Oh my god, I didn't
how do I set this up?
your mom.
You're like, how do I set this up? Right, so flip it over, and we're on number 1, station 1. So it says, waiters tip amount. So we gotta find out how much is tipped. Lord, what do I need to do? So 21 over 100 equals, do we know the part? And then what's the whole? How much is the total bill? No? 23. You got it. So this is what we're doing. So I'm gonna write this, and that's fine. Brandon, you good there? You wanna walk over? Okay. You can also do it like this. Okay, there's another way that you can do it, Laura.
Michael! Focus!
Alright, we got part. That's a 2. Alright, so you can do it this way too. Part equals percent times whole. And you could,
What is he paying? Sales tax. So how much is his bill gonna be?
what are we doing here?
Found the total.
21, that, Jimmy, guys, stay with me.
Oh my God,
So we have a part.
that's winning.
We don't know what this is. What would be our percentage as a decimal? Laura, what would be our percentage as a decimal? If we were to write it like
Okay.
this. 0.21,
But you gotta talk with your group partners,
and
like.
we multiply that by the whole, right? Because these formulas.
What do you get?
Alright? Generally, we get the calculator. 0.21 times our whole, which is 23. So my x is going to be what? 0.21 times 23.
What are you doing, Jesus? Hey, you can't be doing that. No, you can't be doing that, bro. You're fired. Get out. Are you fired?
4.83. So this equals what? This equals the
007.
waiter's what?
Yes.
You're doing a great job
Yep, this
setting up the
equals the tip.
proportion.
And now,
You're doing a
what do I
great
need to do
job
with
in
this
finding
number?
the tax of the tip.
So same thing, we cross
But you need
multiply.
to do the final step.
I get 100
A lot of the questions are saying, what is the
then
total
21
bill?
times
How much
23
is he
gives me
paying
what?
at the end? You need
What
to
would
do
21
that
times
part.
23 give?
One more minute on this station before we switch.
What are you gonna do?
483. And then I divide. I have it right here. I have it right here. You're I have one right here. She didn't have her calculator. It's okay. Lord, I took it. Lord, I took it. Lord, I took it. I told you I took your calculator. 483 divided by 100. Lord gives me what? Is that the same
Daniel,
tip as I have
your
here?
group.
That's why you gotta cool off before you freak out. I saw you early go grab her calculator. Alright, 4.83. Jade, what do I do with this number? And 23. Add them. Laura, take your calculator off my board. $23.
Alright, 30 seconds, then we're gonna switch.
4.83. $23 plus $4.83. What?
Michael, guys, switch, next station.
Alright, you good?
I'm not doing that.
Again, we'll work on this because again, just follow the rules. Alright, land and judge, get ready to move. If you went to station 1, you're going to station 2. If you're at station 2, you're going to station 3. 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 1. Alright, so you went out to dinner with your friends. Right? But again, don't just add to your adding 12. Don't just add 12. Are we just putting the 12 to the 8? No, right? If you're going to do this, if you wanted to do it easier, or not just proportion, you have to change the percentage. I feel like this would be your best. Alright, so what's our percentage? So 12% at the decimal equals what? No. To change decimal, 12% add decimal. Your decimal. How many
It's great that you.
Alright, so it ends up looking like 0.12, Laura. Alright, you got it.
Taranza, how are you
Alright,
doing?
so that's 112.
Buddy.
Take my,
Do we have to add $34.99
and I'm gonna multiply. What's the whole that we
Yes.
Hey, very good. Right?
$9.60.
Now, using a calculator,
Bill was
that is in
89.
your hand,
How much
can you
is it gonna
multiply
pay?
0.12 times 80?
Keep forgetting that list. Can I see this for a second? Gracias. Yeah, you have to add that.
9. Now
You
again,
don't
we're
pay the
dealing with
tax
money.
separate, you pay it together. You gotta add it. So you found it, $9.60. You gotta add
Right?
it to
So this is the waiter's
C.
now.
Oh. Oh. Come on, Miss Bly.
Now, I take my total bill, which is how much is the total bill? How much is the total bill? $80. And I add
Language.
What? I didn't see anything.
$9.
Somebody said it. Somebody said it. I'm not even gonna repeat it.
I'll never say that.
I was like,
The total bill is
You gotta go
what?
get keep something up here.
$89.
Stop.
No.
Michael.
Carabao.
Dealing with money. $89.
Give me whatever the hell your last name is.
Michael.
No, because
Remember what we said about
It's not my fault. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Brandon, you okay?
how do you pronounce it?
I can't let anyone.
Girl,
Jimmy,
you
you guys don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm just gonna give you
X, right?
I
Everybody knows that. So put the X on top. Jaden.
It's like, what do you get? Michael. 41. How would you get? Are we ready to move?
One more minute, please.
All right, 1 more minute. I don't know, are you? Would you have to do?
What? I'm not into that, sorry.
So that's gonna be your test.
Do you agree with him though? What is a markup? Hint, hint, look at your cheat sheet. What is a markup? How are you feeling with this?
This side,
So he's basically doing, he's buying the product to sell in the store. He's gotta make his money back, he wants to make something extra. Is he doing that?
and we're just gonna add. And we get.
Weird, bro.
You already did.
You're weird.
That's how easy it is.
This is step 1. This is step 2.
Because this is our tip, and then this is how our total bill is. Alright, we're good. Alright, ladies and gents, switch groups. No, you guys are still good.
Break it
Don't
up.
listen to us and Jim.
I'm not even done with
That's why you guys should be, again, working with each other. As much as this is an individual effort, I also would like to see your own work. Turn, talk. Alright, so again, you guys move on to the next group. There should be a group at Station 1.
I like what I'm seeing though.
There should be a group at Station 1. Where's my group at Station 1? Alright. James buys a video game for his Xbox for $50. An extra
Michael, you gotta
controller
go
for
with the real.
$24.
I mean,
And a magazine to help you complete the game
I know.
for $18.
Focus on Michael.
Add them all up. Perfect, just do it on your calculator, let me get you a.
I'm losing it,
So you
that's
don't
what's happening.
Yeah, I lost it when I looked at the internet for the first time.
Do you
Really?
agree? Saying, do you agree with Evan for his
I wasn't
decision?
really, I wasn't really.
Why?
Shirley,
You guys are still on markup this.
I can't read.
$92?
Alright.
Alright.
It just goes to the back of
So let's see what,
the
let's see what, Eddie, let's see what
Hey,
check Jaden's
We're
in.
not arguing.
Stop right there.
50, plus 18,
Gritty?
92, good job. So you have 92. Now,
Stand
you
there.
just gotta do our 7%. So that would be .07.
Okay. You go to Michael's Deli, right? 89.5. You go to Michael's Deli. Please stop us. Give me a drink. Hello, Mr. Lee.
Remember, there is an imaginary decimal.
Alright, stand by Mountain Dew.
And if you look at your
You gotta
sheet,
stock up their fridge.
it
He
says,
goes
look,
to.
when converting percent to decimal, move decimal two places to the left.
He buys them. Oh, yeah. He's got a
Yeah, funny story,
You're gonna time him up, so you
very
take
much,
that $92.
I'm going to work and it's fine.
What? I don't want to ask for this question.
No, please,
Not like that.
Put your little,
Oh.
so that's how you add
Yeah.
to your.
Oh my god.
So our total
DVNR.
right?
DVNR.
No, 92 is the total, we have point zeros. What you get?
I'm confused on this question.
Huh?
Grab my big child.
Jaded.
I got shut up, girl.
Guys, let's go. Focus on what you're doing, please. Make it like 38%. Not 70. There you go.
Give me your paper, let me
Good. So that
Oh,
is.
since
So
we
far,
added
good
it.
job.
We added $3, you did. Did we just add the tax?
What's your answer?
Let's
Which one
add
do you
all
like better?
this.
Do you like the Ladies and gents, you got another 1 minute, and then we're moving on to our last and final question. Last and final question.
I look better with this pen. You look fine.
No, thank you. Let me know.
Wait. Okay, now
You got another. All right, ladies and gents, rotate. You should be on your last question.
No.
Turn and talk with your neighbor. No.
Okay, don't worry.
All right.
Get it
If you didn't get to the bonus, we can do the bonus as our wrap up.
over.
Yeah. You should be on your last question. Don't do the bonus. Just
Well, we
worry
did
about
number
the
two.
one. We'll do the bonus as our exit. Yes, George.
Mr. Oswald, and you don't have
Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're gonna continue this. It's okay.
Don't worry about it. Oh, got my answers. Al drew all over my grill, bro.
Upright, you.
So,
Upright, ew.
gotta add everything.
Oh, we can't do that.
Okay,
Hey, you can't. What? Yeah, so really, just be like Friday people's faces.
Michael, come on, boys. Let's go. Come, Michael, over here. Alright, so this one's a little bit different. Evan's going to skate class. Sporting was start selling skate.
How we doing? Are we done?
No. No.
Starting in the back.
If you're losing an argument, just send him an image of, just send him an image of Mario.
Alright, so
But you're on the right track. You're on the right track.
What do you need to push for that thing?
Alright? And again, all these questions are simple.
Isn't your group?
So what's that do with the 24 and the 80?
Oh wait, we're not doing the bonus, guys. Station 5.
If there's a crack,
Where's
you
five?
gotta Miss Busha. If there was a
Now you
if
roll.
there was a baby crying outside
What's
the
the whole, what's the whole price you see?
Michael, focus.
No?
Focus.
40 or
Michael.
40?
Michael.
Good, so do point
Relax.
Relax and chillax.
Questions are not that funny.
Charlie!
Yorley.
Point 4,
Michael.
right? And then time.
Yo.
Rodriguez? That's my grandparents' last name.
Yep.
And my mom's.
That's not
Spaces,
nice.
you don't even
All right.
know my last name.
One more minute.
Yeah, this may be, will just be the bonus question. Yeah.
All right, guys. 007. Back to your seats. It's okay. Back to your seats. My friends in the hallway, go back to your original seats.
I didn't get to do the bonus.
It's okay. We're gonna get to it.
Right?
Michael.
What? I can't make a joke about Mario. What?
Mark,
Michael. Relax.
Mark, turn into, he's on markup price, and then
Go good. Your sister would have told her for you to see you.
Alright, ladies and gents.
Because now it's me. Alright.
Actually, I have it.
I like what I was seeing. How do we feel?
Great.
Are we more comfortable?
Alright, ladies and gents. Michael, take a seat, let's go. Ladies and gents. Ladies and gentlemen.
Up front.
Take out a piece of paper. Pick. You are getting student choice. Pick one of the exit tickets to do.
Jaden, enough. Digby, go to your seat.
Alright, I'm coming around and collecting your answer pages.
So, you have two choices. I'll wait.
Put your, guys gotta have your names on these.
John buys a new bicycle for $169.99.
Put your names on these, guys. I'm trying to
The
collect some.
sales rate
If you're not done, don't worry about it.
is 8.85%.
Thank you.
How much
have a piece of
Sissy
paper.
pay for the bicycle.
Alright, exit ticket.
Option number 2, Juan and his friend Rosa go out to lunch. The bill was $37.50. They were happy with the service and want to leave a 20% tip. How much was the total bill? You have
Alex, name.
to pick one of the two. You have to pick one of the two.
You are not doing both questions, alright? You're doing
Please
one of the
write
two.
your name on the listening paper.
Wait, can I see if I can?
Oh, wait, hold up.
Do you have paper?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
I'm coming around with this late.
What's up? Guys, you can just print out a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be the neatest thing in the world. Alright, but you're not leaving here unless you get the exit ticket done.
Here.
Well, guess what? You gotta finish up your questions, Eleanor. Questions.
Who needs paper?
Friends, let's go! Let's go, let's go!
307, 407.
It doesn't have to be the full piece. It could be half a piece of loose leaf.
If you hear my voice, clap once. If you hear my voice, clap twice. Ladies and gentlemen, we just transitioned. You're a little too noisy. You have a few minutes left of this period. You are given an option. You are answering one of the two exit tickets. Write your name and just show your work. Freeze. You're not leaving here until it's done. When you leave, you're going to give me or Mr. Oswald your paper, and then you can leave.
Once it's done, give me a thumbs up and I'll collect it. Lucas, you can go.
Michael,
Thank you,
you
Lucas.
have to get the science. Who do you have? I will call Miss Sweeney.
Alright.
You gave
But
it in?
overall, good
Go.
job today, guys. Alright, you
You
did
done?
very good in your
Thank
group.
you.
Well done.